Yeah, I've been correcting somebody else's mistakes for about 2 years.
I've been correcting someone else's mistakes for 2 years. So it's sweet.
That's about what it feels like.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It has two automobile batteries in it, like 12-volt batteries,
Yeah.
and not like two sixes.
I started with the freaking flywheel was about to come loose. That could cut you in half when you're driving.
That could be a
That's
problem.
not going to be a good feeling, you know.
That could be a problem.
Yeah.
So what else about it? Does it have?
I mean, it took us the flywheel on. I mean, it took a jack, a big floor jack, one guy on each end just to hold it upright so it wouldn't fall over.
And it was coming off.
The bolts that were in it were not of the correct hardness, which is why it was
the
getting
tensile
loose.
strength was wrong.
Right, that was the first thing we started with, and it just kept on going.
And it's so
We took all the freaking bugs out of it. Now you can drive it over a fucking house
So how
in
fast?
first gear on idle,
How fast does it go?
faster than your balls will let you.
Faster than your balls will let you. That is a really good term. That is really good.
I mean, in third gear, I drove it over 17th Street Bridge one night. I felt like a god in his chariot. I really did. I was looking over the boats, over the bridge, and everything, and driving this fucking monster, you know. And it was late at night, and I was in third gear, and I had like 15 RPMs, 1500 maybe, and I was already at like 55, 60, you know.
Oh my god. How tall?
So I mean,
how
it'll
tall
go
are those
faster
wheels?
than you want to go. Believe me,
Faster than the
because
balls.
you also got to stop it. I don't care if it's got disc brakes in the front; it's still a heavy monster. So to stop it, it's going to
Do you
take
know?
some
Do you know
distance.
what it weighs?
No, I never weighed it, but you know, if the flywheel alone takes a floor jack and 3 guys, you can imagine what the rest of it is.
It's like a man-
That's 7,000-8,000 pounds.
That's not a flywheel. That's a
You
manhole
know,
cover.
in my old country where I come from, you would have to have a freaking truck driver license, you know, just because of the weight, you know.
And the sprockets on it, you know, that are chain driven and all that.
That's the first. Actually, I should say that is the very first thing I checked. Was the little pins that go through the things on the chain
You
to
checked
see if everything was there. On both sides. I made sure that I bent a few, you know, so they wouldn't come out. You know?
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know how those race car drivers did it back in those days, man. I mean,
So
those,
what
those
was that
guys
car
had balls.
originally? Was that like an old fire truck or something that was converted? or-
Yeah, it was an old American LaFrance fire truck,
Oh, no kidding. And what year is that?
1915.
Incredible.
I don't know if the chassis is the 1915. It might very well be, but it had the title because of the engine. The engine is really, when you think about it,
It's
yeah,
a boat engine, isn't it?
it's a boat engine. It's a marine engine, and you know, the people in the know would probably think it's sacrilege that somebody put that engine into that car
Blasphemy.
because
So-
those engines. Van Blork was a Dutch immigrant, and he had a very successful shop in the was it Detroit area in the early teens. In fact, he was so successful, he put them in race boats, and you know, they won races like the famous boats like Kitty
How
Hawk and
many
everything.
liters
His marine engines were more money than a Duesenberg marine engine at the time.
How many liters was each cylinder? You told me they were like 2 liters per cylinder or something.
No, the engine is 17 liters. That equals like what 1,100 cubic inches or something.
I don't know, but it was pretty fucking big.
A Corvette is 5.7 liter. This is 17 liters.
Whoops.
You know, you could have a Corvette next to you at the light, and you could look down on him, and the guy goes, "What you got in it?" "Well, I got 17 liters. What do you got, you?" You know? "Oh, I got 5.7. You know, okay, yeah,
Oh
the
my
Corvette
God. How
may
many,
be faster
how
from
many
me.
gears does it have, and what does the transmission have?
3 gear. Transmission
only
is also
3 gears?
American LaFrance. Yeah,
No kidding. And so how old is the transmission?
that's early teens too. Everything on the car is early teens.
Wow. What about the instrumentation and stuff like that?
That's
Is that
that's modern, but
it's a
made to look
remake
old
of
with
some-
you know, with the brass rings around it. And
But it still looks good. If it looks
oh yeah,
very
no, it looks
authentic.
period. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks period.
yeah.
And it runs on regular gasoline,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
And yeah, of course, mileage is not even a question. I mean,
I know.
It's just a gas
don't,
gauge.
don't ask me if I ever
use a
checked
gas
that.
gauge is like a tachometer, you know. I mean, it
I had it in Hershey, and you know, I started it every couple hours, and I had a crowd around. It was like crazy, but
Well, you can hear it in the building over here when
Oh,
you,
it's
when
thunder.
you start it up.
yeah, the windows will shake.
I can hear it inside here in our studio in our editing suite. I can hear it, and you are at the end
Oh,
of
yeah.
the building.
Yeah, that's-
you are literally 16 or 18 bays away on the other side.
I feel like the god
And-
of thunder
And when
driving.
you fire that thing up, and I go, JP's starting it again. I know it's running. We can literally hear you all the way over there.
It's a lot of fun. It's crazy. And I took it over to Las Olas Boulevard the other day, and I parked it right in front of the Riverside Hotel. And it was a nice empty spot, and because it's got power steering, I could back it in. And since the steering
That
is
has
on the
power
right,
steering?
it has power steering. Yeah, which you need, believe me. You do.
Oh my
Because
God.
I drove it one day and the belt came off, and believe me, I don't know how to freaking make it home. But
It was a workout.
it was, yeah. But anyway, I backed it in nicely in front of the hotel. And here's all these people all nicely dressed up and everything dining. And here I am with goggles,
I love you with the goggles and the helmet. It's
the goggles and the
priceless.
helmet, and
Oh
I'm
my
backing
God.
it in right in front of the Riverside Hotel. Nice little hole to put it in, you know. I shut it off, and it went BAM! A nice, nice little big fart, you know, backfired. And then with my best English accent, you know, I turned to these people and I said, "Excuse the noise, folks." You know. I stepped out and I walked right into the hotel.
Oh my God. You
And I
know,
had my wife waiting on the other side of the hotel at the valet because we were going to somewhere else for dinner. I just
we
left
gotta
the
get
car.
a picture of you where we put the goggles on you and take like makeup and blot your face
Yeah,
black
yeah.
and just pull the goggles up and put them on your forehead so you look like Rocky Raccoon, you know, and just have a thumbs up sitting in the
Oh yeah,
front seat
yeah,
of
yeah,
that
yeah.
thing.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
We do.
But I mean, these people must have thought I came from another planet. I tell you. I mean,
So are you ever going to let the thing go? Or are you going to sell it to someone? Or what's the deal on that?
yeah, yeah.
'Cause
mean,
I know you have
know,
a
I mean,
handful of these. I
The
mean, these are all
the
big
reason
toys.
why I became a merchant in these things is because I get bored with the car, no matter how crazy it is, after a couple of years. And it's been a couple of years.
That is
so
a
it's-
crazy car. But you have something that's very similar to it. I took a few photos of it. What is it?
Yeah, that's the smaller brother built by the same guy.
It was built by the same man. Okay, because I wanted
Gary
to,
Wales
I
in
wanted to
California.
show a couple
Yeah.
of those photos and let
Yeah.
people see that there are two of those. So tell us
The other one is smaller.
much
is-
different tires.
This is longer.
It's got a
got
different
bigger
engine.
wheels.
It looks like, like carburetors all
Actually,
in a row.
the other one has it's all American La France engine all the way back. So that's got a smaller engine. It's only 14 liters.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I apologize. It's a little bit smaller.
Well,
But yeah, that has got a bunch of carburetors on it. It looks good and it drives good.
Very interesting vehicle.
That's called
All
the
We're
Bastioni.
going to run out of time here, so we got to wrap it up. It was
All right, guys.
really great
Well,
having-
hey, enjoy the pictures, enjoy the
great
movie,
having you
and
in the studio. Give
happy motoring.
Give yourself a perk. You are with what is it?
Victory Cars.
VictoryCars.com.
VictoryCars.com.
And you can find some absolutely insane cars on his website. VictoryCars.com.
That's what I like doing. Is find crazy cars and make them also.
Cool. Great having you in the studio. Thank you.
Thank you.